Water is a precious resource that China has precious little of. This is in part due to China's geography, and part due to decades of a growth at any cost mandate that has left much of the water table polluted, with some rivers even drying up completely. New information from China's forestry officials states that the country's wetlands have shrunk nearly 9% in the past decade. This increased scarcity is putting pressure on diverse industries like manufacturers, miners, power suppliers, as well as food production. From 2011 to 2015, China plans to spend over $2 billion to protect its wetlands. Reuters reports, though, that $1.5 billion was earmarked to protect wetlands during 2005 to 2010, but just 38% of the funds were actually used. Earlier this week, officials at China's State Forestry Administration said wetlands larger in area than the Netherlands have disappeared. This has put even more stress on an already challenging environmental situation, to say the least. China has more than 20% of the world's population, but only 6% of its fresh water, and large portions of the country, especially in the north and west, face shortages described as severe. Vice Director of the forestry body, Zhang Yongli, told a news conference that loopholes in protection laws further imperil the shrinking wetlands. Zhang said the lost wetland areas have been converted to agricultural lands, swallowed by large infrastructure projects, or degraded by climate change. Zhang added that wetlands lost to infrastructure projects have increased tenfold since the government's last survey in 2003. Water has emerged as a major issue in China. Its scarcity endangers economic growth and social stability, and China has set aside some $660 billion for projects to boost supply this decade. Reuters says nearly 70% of China's energy production depends on coal for electricity production, which is very water intensive. Analyst at UOB Kei Hien says despite pursuing alternatives, its coal use is expected to grow between 2 and 3% a year for the next 5 years. A study by the World Resources Institute last October showed 51% of planned coal power plants in China were in regions with severe water shortages, potentially pitting energy production against agriculture as well as basic needs for clean water. This is Biz Wire on BON. Let's turn now for a quick look at a few stories that are buzzing through the markets.